Hello, thank you for joining me. I have a rock with a base coat of 2 coats of white chalk paint. We're going to be doing a whale today, and we're going to make him a stargazer, and there's no such thing. I'm just making that up just for fun. So we're doing our pencil outline of our whale, and you'll see me erase quite a bit because I make mistakes, and that's okay. That's what pencils are for. It's a really good idea to do a sketch on your white chalk paint before you get started. Of course, if you're using Santorini, you don't need chalk paint as a base. The chalk paint just allows us to use the Derwent Inktense pencils that I will be using in this video onto a regular rock. Regular rocks are very dark and the Inktense doesn't show up very well, but if you use white chalk paint as a base, they show up beautifully, just like Santorini. So just working on the body and the fins, and then I'm going to start with Inktense. These pencils are incredible. I'll also be using Ohuhu water brushes. Both your pencils and your brush can be found on Pinterest, and this mechanical pencil is just out of the school supply pile that never seems to go away, so I'm trying to use all that up. So we have our whale. He's just hanging around. So let's get him painted. First, we're going to do his belly. You're going to see me work here. The color that I chose for the lower body and the belly were very similar. In hindsight, I wish I would have chosen a lighter blue here, but it's okay. It's just art. Doesn't have to be perfect because there is no such thing. I'm going to take this white, I'm going to take a white Inktense and go back in here and try to lighten this up a little bit. And because you can't see my entire table, you didn't see me spill a whole bunch of stuff off the side and make a big giant mess. So, woohoo! There's where all the stuff spilled. Okay, so back to painting. I did a darker color on the top of his body just because we're going to do the water the same way, and that's the way that I chose to do it. I was inspired by Society 6, a really cool image that I found on a sticker. Mine's not exactly the same, but it's the same type of idea. I really like that, but they didn't have a background, so I created my own. So I'm working on the lightest body color here, and then I'm going to go blend the darkest body color at the top. This gives like a little bit of shade and dimension. There we go. As always with Derwent Inktense, you don't have to smash your pencil into the rock. You only need to lightly move it around. Here's my white Inktense where I'm trying to lighten up his belly a little bit. There we go. Doesn't make a huge difference, but the subtle is okay. There's our whale. All right, I have a whole bunch of little ocean colors here, and I added fuchsia because why not? One of my favorite colors for oceans is the teal green. It is gorgeous. I really like that color for almost everything. So I'm going to go in here and scribble with a variety of colors. Of course, I chose the darker ones for the top. And now that we have those color varieties in, let's get a bigger water brush. There's the set. It's available on Amazon. And let's go in here. See that teal green? Shoo, that's pretty. All right, so let's go around here to our green, the parts that we want to stay super green. And then let's go in and blend the other colors into the green. I kind of wanted the area really close to the whale to stay super light, and some of the surrounding areas can get darker if they choose to, and that's fine with me. So I'm just going to go around here just like I taught you guys with the sky background. Sky also works in water. We're just doing a mottled color, and that's the cool thing about underwater is there is no set colors. You can kind of use your imagination and do what you want. So I had a bunch of different blues here, and this one that looks purple is called Lagoon. It's pretty cool. Now what I'm finding here is there's a whole bunch of this dark, but there's none over by his tail, so let's fix that here. I'm going to grab the Lagoon pencil and just add a little bit and get some more of that darker color. There we go. And now we have a whale swimming. All right, let's let that dry. Now I have a Uniball Signo gel pen. That's a UM153 in navy blue, which it really looks black to me, and I like it for an outline. Of course, this is a gel pen, so it needs adequate drying time before it's sealed. So I'm basically just tracing my pencil marks here. And of course, you know, it looked okay once I showed you when I was done my pencils, but now it's going to pop off the rock. Outlines make a huge difference. There we go. It's starting to look good now. Okay. Now let's get our Tooli Art fine liners. I'm going to choose a 01. It's very small to do these little belly lines because I don't want a thick line here because I have to do a whole bunch of lines and they're all going to run together and paint it all black if I use a thicker pen. Now his belly is lined. I like it. I'm going to use a Uniball Angelic pen. This is a little bit thinner of a white point or a point than the UM153. So I'm going to just do some moons, or one moon and some stars, and we're going to do a little constellation. This is the idea that I got from Society 6. It's a really cool sticker that they had available. I really liked it. Something different and unique. Also, if you're doing this for the plane ride, I forgot to add bubbles, and you will need bubbles in your painting, but those are super easy. Very good. So let's just do our little constellation, some little short lines and some dots and a couple of stars. Cool. Now let's fill in and do some dots and some random stars wherever we feel like. I'm liking the way this is turning out. There we go. Now we are almost done. It's time to glitter this baby. I have Deco Art Holographic Illusions in blue. I don't like to pour the glitters out because they make a lumpy mess in my little paint palette, so I'll just squeeze the bottle and dip my brush. That way I'm not using a ton either or spilling too much out. And that's it. You guys can do this. If you do not have Inktense pencils, you're welcome to use any medium you want. You can do this with a Posca pen or acrylics. I don't know if you can control alcohol inks on a brush. That would be super. You could do that too. I don't have that much control over alcohol inks, so I wouldn't try that. But you can use what you have. You don't have to run and buy the pencils. And of course, if you have different watercolor pencils, you can use those as well. You don't have to add glitter. You can make this any way that you want to. It's your art project. I just like to glitter stuff up. So I hope that you join us on our plane ride. We're doing this all of June. It's going to be tons of fun. Here's my completed whale. I hope you guys had fun. Have fun painting and enjoy. Thank you.